guys, Ralph here. Welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness on this fabulous Friday here in Connecticut. Life's good, guys. Life is good. And you saw the thumbnail. Doc Severinsen is 95 years old. Guys, that to me is incredible. And I forgot all about it. The joke's on me. I guess the birthday was yesterday. Several of my loyal subscribers alerted me to this faux pas. And guys, look, I don't keep track of that stuff. I really don't. So if I'm missing some milestone that I should be aware of, let me know. For sure. Don't think twice. Let me know. Comment section or email. All right? All right. Where do I begin with that? Well, you got to begin with playing. So let me honk a little bit and we'll get to it. Anyway, happy birthday, Doc. Doc Severinsen, I tell you, this guy meant so much to me in my career, myself in my career, and I sure is many. I am going to go out on a limb and say Maynard might have been the most influential to me and most people. Now again, Broyles and Vacchiano, I mean, they were probably 1 and 2, and Jerry, okay? Those are the three that are off to the side. They don't even count. The influence these guys had on me was off the charts. But after my first Maynard concert, my life changed. This is what I was after, and I knew it could be combined with an orchestral sound and all this sort of stuff, and that was what I was after. But Doc, man, you see, you young guys don't understand. You have no concept. Guys, we didn't have CDs. We didn't have headphones. We didn't have, iTunes. We didn't just be able to go on the internet and get any recording we wanted. I mean, these guys, Maynard Ferguson, he'd come around once a year. The albums, you live in Portland, Maine, your local Tower Records doesn't necessarily have the most recent Doc Severinsen recording. Guys, and the thing about Doc was that made him the most visible trumpet player. I was about 12 years old, and my father let me stay up one night to watch during a vacation, school nights during a vacation, and stay up and watch The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Now, if they had a feature, that was one thing. But most of the time, guys, all you heard was a little snippet of that amazing sound of the band and everything. After commercial, and everybody, yay, Johnny will say the best band everywhere. But, oh, please, when they had, you just live for those little snippets. And my God, if they actually had a feature for the band, or if, they were backing Paul Anka or Tom Jones or something like that. Well, that was just the best, the absolute best. And I actually 1,000% remember myself dozens of times taking a cab home instead of the subway late at night so I get home to see Doc. I mean, I wasn't the only one. This was very, very common back then. And the thing that I have admired more than anything, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I am going to say nobody practiced more. Nobody practiced more than Doc Severinsen. Guys, again, Vacchiano and Broyles were the thing, and Jerry, of course. But I modeled myself. I said, I can't begin to tell you how many times I have said to my students, if Doc Severinsen can practice 5 hours a day, who the heck are you not to practice a half an hour? And how many times I'm sitting in that stuffy apartment up in Washington Heights, sweating like a pig in the middle of the summer, on my third hour, just about to pack it in. If Doc Severinsen can do it, man, and I would plow on. Now, I have come to realize later in life, a lot of that just overwhelming amount of practice was misguided. But it was all in deference to Doc Severinsen. And I told you this story before, and I'm going to tell you it again. I met him once, and he couldn't have been nicer. I met him once. My brass quintet is doing a grand opening for a Ralph Lauren line, which he was an investor. And the guy that promoted the whole thing told us there was going to be a very, very famous trumpet player. We didn't know who the heck it was. But they wouldn't tell anybody. But sure, everybody that was anybody was there. Ralph Lauren was there. Cheryl Tiggs, all his models. I mean, it was just, Trump was there. Giuliani was there. Mayor Koch was there. Anyway, we're doing this, and we were just doing Baroque stuff. Bengal Sangaleader and Gabrielli and all this sort of stuff. So I'm just sort of, for cocktail hour. So I am just sort of zoning out, and over my trumpet player's left shoulder, right shoulder, I see this short little guy, and he is short, man. And this big, he didn't weigh a thing. This little guy with a mustache, nodding up and down. And I came out of my, wherever I was, and sure enough, it's Doc Severinsen. I was leading the quintet. Guys, that's it, take a break. It's frickin' Doc Severinsen. And I couldn't get over there fast enough, introduce myself, and guys, all he wanted to do was talk trumpet. Geez, you guys sound great. I swear to God, after that little, gee, you guys sound great. He looked at me and says, what mouthpiece are you using? I swear to God. And I said, you know, it's Jerry Callet's model, and we were off. We were off. And, you know, we're talking shop, and everybody's chiming in and all this sort of stuff. And I just interrupted one of the guys once. I said, Mr. Severinsen, call me Doc. I said, I have to tell you, you have been my idol since the Soul and Inspiration album, you know, the La Da Da Love Story album. And he said, oh, man, if you could have seen your idol this afternoon. And he tells this story, and I'm just going to paraphrase. But he says, as you probably know, I like to get my daily practice in. And I'm coming out for this thing, and my agent could hook me up on a recording date here in New York. This was in New York City. He said, okay, fine. And he said, I come out on the red eye, and he says, I get into my hotel, and I don't like to practice a lot in my hotels because of the sound and everything. He says, but I just noodled a couple notes, and sure enough, it felt great. He said, I really felt like I dodged a bullet. I go to the recording session. Anybody who is anybody in New York is on this session. Faddis, Lou Soloff, Michael Brecker, Randy Brecker. He was just going on, you know, Steve Gadd, the creme de la creme. And I was playing this solo. And he said, I had nothing. And he said, I was never so embarrassed in my life. He said, Faddis covered for me. I felt like a fool. Now, his idea of nothing and mine are two different things. But he finished up by saying, you know, he says, sometimes I'm so sick and tired of my life revolving around a little 1/4 inch of tissue right underneath my nose. You know, my self-worth. And I mean, this is Doc Severinsen talking to me. And it's like he just needed a fellow trumpet player to understand his angst. But I'm telling you guys, he couldn't have been nicer. You know, people are asking, the other guys were, you know, and we were getting crap from the host because we weren't playing. We were just talking to Doc Severinsen. And he took the hit. He said, look, this is my fault. I'm talking their ear off. They're nice guys. Get back to work. And sure enough, the next break, I couldn't wait for the next 45 minutes to go talk to him again. And we just accosted him. He's, you know. Anyway, couldn't have been nicer. And again, there was a mutual respect between us and Doc Severinsen. We were just talking about trumpet. It was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. And Doc, God bless you, 95. I plan on being there soon, and I can only hope that I still have the love of the trumpet that you have. And I hope I am still practicing as much as you are. And I can only hope that I'm still working out as much as you are. God bless you. God bless you from all of us. Anyway, eat and drink your fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power. Love you all.